What's up, guys? Dr. Mike here, back again, and today I am back home in Wisconsin, seeing some clients that I have here, which is always great. I love taking care of the people from my practice here in Wisconsin, but also in the time being, I'm putting together this motorcycle right here. I built it last winter, built the frame myself with some help with some friends and all that stuff. I bought a jig, did that sort of thing. Made a bunch of stainless parts and whatnot, and then once I got it up and going, I blew up the motor a couple times due to an oiling issue. So fortunately enough, there's a guy right down the road from our storage building who used to be a factory Harley mechanic, actually a pretty decorated mechanic, which is really awesome. So he rebuilt the motor for me. So I got the lower end in. He's finishing up the heads. We'll hopefully get the heads on, get everything put together, and then we'll hopefully start it up for you guys. If not this time I'm in town, then next time for sure. Just want to make sure everything is right, everything's spot on before we do that again, as we don't want another failure. So let me walk you around the bike a little bit. So here's the bike, 1969 Harley Davidson Shovelhead Chopper. Full stainless Springer, 14 over by a guy, or made by a guy named Luke Richards in Eagle, Wisconsin. Got these pretty cool cast Springer toppers from Dayton out of California. His name is Dayton. Awesome dude, makes some really cool parts. Prism Supply, 6-inch Hurricane bars. Cut those in half and made a little riser just out of some stainless tubing. My friend Connor welded that up, so it kind of looks like a stock panhead riser, but it's all one piece welded together. Internal throttle from a panhead. That's kind of what I like on all my bikes. And then stainless neck from John at Hardtail Choppers. So he cast it out of stainless. It's casted to my specs, 45-degree rake. It's also single down tube, so you have a single tube right there. And then what I did is I brought the two bottoms in with the motor I have. They're Delcron cases, so the cases are a little bit different. So I think I like the motor sitting down a little bit, like how the stock motors sit, but I like the look of a single down tube frame. So that's why I did that. Here's a brake pedal that I made. It's not fully attached right now, but just out of some stainless, and then half round rod welded to that. All this is so it clears everything. Ratchet top transmission, fuel tank molded into the frame, and then I made a filler plate for underneath that the throttle cable runs through. I got that idea from Scotty at Junior's Handmade. A lot of this stuff I'll just kind of look on Instagram and kind of get inspiration from some of these people. Molded in the oil tank as well. I have that stuff taped off just so nothing gets in there, and I was also cleaning debris out from there. And then I have this old vintage performance machine cast disc brake. Works pretty good. Rebuilt it, can't complain about it. Also stainless axle plates, Harley style cast from John at Hardtail Choppers. Castle nuts with these pretty cool just clips in there. I bent the sissy bar up. I bent it up myself out of stainless 5/8 round stock, just on my vise. Made those little mounts for those Prism Supply taillights. My friend Connor helped me out, welded those up. And then if you'll notice, the inners for my sprocket and the brake rotors are, I believe, off a Honda CB750. I just thought the pattern was pretty cool. It's a Honda CB750 brake rotor. I took it off of this side and just had a sprocket made up out of aluminum from PBI Sprockets. Had that polished. Pretty happy with that. Shifter is a flamingo head. That is from Dayton as well, out in California. Yeah, that's kind of about it. I massaged the Cycle Electric regulator there and polished it up so it matches the chrome generator. And then yeah, what I'll do, I'm gonna come back out here tomorrow. I'll kind of show you what the primary setup is, as that's a little bit different with my foot pegs and all that stuff. But that's an overall view of the bike. Hallcraft hubs, front and rear with high shouldered aluminum rims. F&A custom headlight. That thing's super bright even though it's really tiny. And yeah, the paint, kind of came up with the color myself with the help of Mark over at my dad's body shop. And then Ray Dre striped the flames for me. I really love how it turned out. So hopefully we can get this thing started up. We'll see. Okay guys, we are back working on this thing. We had to take some stuff apart to get it back together, and I'll kind of run you through what we had to do here. Last time I was here, we got the motor in, got the carb on, had the primary set in there. I was getting an issue with the clutch push rod that kind of rides on here. That adjusts your clutch arm. So in order to get that fixed, I had to take the kicker cover off as the clutch, as basically like the throw bearing in here kind of all fell apart in there with the oil slingers. So I got that back together. Had to modify all the oil lines, which was a bummer as these were hard lined all the way to there. But the guy who built the motor, Brent, suggested we run a little bit of a different setup for optimal oil flow. So I'm gonna work on that, get that figured out. We got the carb hooked up. I got to get some different hardware for there, and yeah, hopefully be ready to start this thing somewhat soon. All right, so we got everything back together. Exhaust is on, our magneto is timed. This is magneto fired, so there's no battery or anything. Magneto powers everything. Biggest thing yesterday, had to make some different oil lines. So that's why they're connected to just some braided nylon rubber lines right there. That feeds into the oil pump and motor right there. Feed line is that one right there. And yeah, we'll see if we can get this thing running now.
Start.
Okay.